Yeah, it was a scary moment, and I actually thought at that stage that I was going to die, because it felt like I was drowning.
I heard he told me during the week that I was going to be emergency. I thought he was just yanking me chain, so yeah, it was unbelievable.
When he just turned a little bit when he looked behind, I thought I was a chance, and I suppose lucky enough with my long arms to get him down.
I always hoped to go from Frankston and play AFL footy. It's always been a dream of mine since I was a kid. Yeah, time at Frankston, played there for 2 years. First coach was Shannon Grant, who happened to be an assistant here in my first year, which was, I think he had a bit to do with me getting here. Second year was Simon Goosey, who had a bit to do with it as well. And I played the first year I got there. Kind of didn't really have very high expectations. Obviously wanted to play senior footy. My first 2 games I actually played in the 2s, and I played really well, so they selected me after that in the 1s and played the rest of the season. Kind of had a hope of getting drafted that year. It didn't seem to happen, and next year I just worked on things I needed to work on, like fitness and stuff like that, and I had a pretty consistent, solid year the following year, and Essendon happened to draft me, which is great.
His greatest strength is his competitive nature. He sees the game really well. He's really developed the ability to be a really good drop-off player, and that's come because of his work ethic. He's just been able to get himself really fit. You know, the bottom line is if they get themselves fit, they can play at a really high level. He's like the boy from the Bronx that's just taken the opportunity, that prize fighter. They just want to fight. He just wants to fight. You know, and I mean that in a nice way in terms of he just wants a career in AFL. He's seen that there's a career for him.
He had a different pathway, I guess, when a lot of the kids, they get drafted as an 18-year-old, so he's had to go back and work hard on his game, and Shannon Grant, who was at the club, was a big fan of Michael, and he recommended, our recruiters. That's the way AFL's going now. There's opportunities for guys. If you don't get drafted, more so than ever, you can get drafted when you're 25, 26. I mean, Mark Bagley's another example from Frankston who, got picked up at 24. So it gives a lot of guys hope to see guys go and have a fantastic career that don't get drafted as 18-year-olds.
Yeah, it is good. It's funny how things turn up. Like, you play a couple of years at Frankston together and you never thought you would be playing AFL together. So, yeah, it's strange how things happen. From when he first started playing seniors in VFL, he always looked like he could possibly play AFL. Just how he always found the ball, he always seemed to be in the right spot at the right time, and as you can see now when he's playing the AFL, he's a high possession getter for a half-back flank. I always thought he was going to be a good AFL player, but I didn't think he'd be as good as he is now. Like he's getting towards being one of the top half-back flanks in the competition at the moment. He always told me he was going to be pretty good, so.
Yeah, Bags was good to play with at the Dolphins. He's a funny bloke. He's good around the club, and he's a great player to play with. Especially now we're both in the back line together. And my second year at Frankston, we played a bit of back line together. So we know what each other are about, and it's good.
Yeah, his first year at Frankston, he had some shocking dreadlocks. They were probably about shoulder length. And on game day, he used to wrap a big band of tape around his head to keep him out of his eyes.
At the time, I thought it was pretty cool, but I'll stick with the hair I've got now, I think. I live with Lukey Davis. I've got our mate from down home, Caleb Cox. But it's really good. We've been there for about 3 months now. I've lived with Luke for about nearly a year and a half. He's a good young bloke to live with. I had Anthony Long in the house last year as well, and it's good to live with guys from the club. You help each other out, and it's always a bit of banter around the club, and at home as well. Clean up after them. I'm like the mother of the house and the father of the house at the same time. Describe the household, I guess. It's fun, full of laughs. Gets a bit messy at times. Also the pong champ of the house.
Oh, that's the worst call ever.
This is the table tennis room where we spend a lot of the time after we get home from training and stuff like that. Davo is probably the champ of the house at the moment. The Frankston Footy Club made me that after I got drafted, so that was nice of them. And My old man got me my first Anzac Day jumper framed, even though I was only out there for 15 minutes. Well, all packed, ready to go for Sydney. Big game this weekend. So got training now, so hopefully have a good hit out and then have a good win on Saturday. Gets the spirits up in the morning when you look at that. Beautiful view of Melbourne. Today's one of our more main training sessions, so we'll have a bit of a hit out. Might go for an hour or so. Or, you know, the last couple of weeks when we played poorly, we weren't training as well, and last week we trained real well and had a good hit out against Richmond. So I think you know, we have a good hit out today, and skills are up, even though the weather's pretty average. I think we'll go into Saturday with a bit of confidence against the Swans. It's a big game. You know, last year's premiers, so we need to be on our A game.
He's been really good. He's worked really hard since he's come to the club. He's made some really good improvements. His pre-season this year was fantastic. He didn't miss any sessions, and he's certainly got a lot fitter. He's always had a lot of ability, but now you're seeing what he can do when he gets his body right. He's been able to do the hard work and get really fit.
Yeah, we had a real solid hit out this morning. All the boys trained real well. Yeah, it was as good as it can be on a two days before a game. So yeah, pretty happy. Yeah, heading up 2 days before the game just to probably get used to the conditions of Sydney, and yeah, just have a walk around, feel a bit fresher going into the game Saturday, I reckon. Ever since the start of the year, I always grabbed a pair of Job's boots because I didn't want to get mine wet for captain's run. So ever since, every game I've worn them in the captain's run, we haven't lost yet. We're 7-0. The 2 games I didn't wear them, we lost. So it's kind of a, you know, bit of superstition now, I guess. So Job made sure I packed them this week, and I did. Well, they felt lucky, I guess. But yeah, so warm today as I do every week, and see what happens. Bondi's great, so it's good to definitely good to see different parts of Australia. It's a beautiful beach. First time I've been here, so yeah, we went in the water, had a bit of recovery, swim. You walk out of the water and you feel good, you feel fresh, and yeah, everyone was up and about, so it was a really good session going into tomorrow.
Battle tonight. What will James Hird look for, and what will John Longmire allow?
It's Essendon versus 5th place Sydney. I wonder how we're going to look back on this game. It's got all the feel as being very pivotal. Kick, Munford, what follow-up? It's a goal.
He's kicking from exactly the same spot. In fact,
wider.
I don't understand.
And he has ramped it up. He's missed the other one to the left. This one was curling. Oh, what a kick from Hibberd. Awesome combination they are. We shouldn't be surprised. They've done it again at the SCG. They have beaten Essendon by 44 points. And Adam Goods would be a very happy man tonight.
Played probably in patches the way we want to play, but they're a good team and they beat us up around the contest a fair bit and got us out the back, and managed to score a few goals beating us out the back. So yeah, it was a bit greasy and pretty hard to get your hands on the ball and pick it up and stuff like that, and they're really good in the contest, so probably worked in their favour. We like to hope we're good in the contest as well, but they were a bit better than us today. Yeah, we've got a big game against the Blues, so you know, one of our bigger rivals, so Friday night footy, it'd be good to get a win against those blokes.
Michael's got a lot of improvement in him. I mean, you've seen him At the moment he's played a consistent half a year of football. Now that's the next part of Michael's development, is being able to put a consistent year together, then be able to back it up year after year.
I'd love to just play 100 games. I'd love to be a 100-game player of the club. I want to be known as a good, hard player, just a team player. Every week I guess I'm trying to improve on those.
G'day guys, Matt Egan here. I'm the forward line coach for the Essendon Footy Club, and I have Justin. How are you, mate?
Good, mate.
You're obviously a passionate member. How many years?
Oh, 20 plus years.
20.
20, yeah.
Whole family?
Whole family.
What are you enjoying about watching us play?
This year reminds me of 2000. It's just the way they're playing for each other, the way they're playing for the coaches. You're doing a pretty good job down there, mate, so keep it up.
Thanks to Kia, loyal fans at the Essendon Footy Club receive huge savings on all cars for anyone who has been a member for longer than a year. Go to kiamemberoffers.com.au for great savings on the Sorrento of up to $3,100 and further savings on all Kia cars.
Ziv under strict instruction. Oh, look at that for a crunch.
That was a courageous effort.
The initial hit, it didn't hurt as much. I got up and went to chase the footy, but at the time I tried to take a deep breath and I couldn't get any air in, so I tried to cough, and when I coughed, just a whole lot of blood come out of my mouth.
As we see Dempsey still getting plenty of attention.
Yeah, a bit of blood coming out too, so that's not good signs.
Dropped to my knees and started spewing up blood and trying to take in air, and it felt like I was drowning. That's what it felt like, with all the blood in my esophagus area, and yeah, trying to breathe in and with all the blood there, it's just, yeah, it was a scary moment, and actually thought at that stage that I was gonna die, because it felt like I was drowning.
Well, the physio got out there first, and because he was obviously staying down, I followed probably not too far behind, and Courtney was in a lot of pain, and the thing that was even concerning him more was the fact that he was spitting up blood, which apparently started virtually as soon as he went to the ground after those first couple of steps.
He could have got multiple fractured ribs, or he could have got his kidney, or a decent pneumothorax or a tension pneumothorax was the thing we were worried about on the boundary line. But he had good air entry and he settled down pretty quickly, so he was probably 90% better 10 minutes later, but obviously he saw.
I had to go. I heard Licker saying go for the mark, so I went for it, and yeah, I knew something was going to happen, but didn't think it would be that bad. And but yeah, I'll do it again, no worries, yeah.
Because of the fact that he bruised his lung and there was a question as to where that bleeding was, you can't really risk being depressurised and having an episode with the lung when you're in the air. So we decided on Sunday morning that we needed to either go by train or by car, so I was the driver.
Drive home was long and I guess a little bit painful, just because I had to sit with one of our doctors telling jokes that weren't even funny.
We don't want to take any risk, obviously, with Courtney, so we'll review him, make sure the lung contusion settles. Once that settles, there's no major reason why he can't play.
I heard he told me during the week that I was going to be emergency, and so yeah, just flew up here and not really expecting the game. He just said be prepared, and I think this is the third time now that I've been emergency, and yeah, unfortunately Benny Howlett pulled out earlier before the game, so I found out last night, and yeah, I was a bit speechless really. Heard he just came up to me, I didn't really expect it, he just shook me and goes, "You're in," so yeah, just looked around and couldn't really believe it. I thought he was just yanking me chain, so yeah, rang the folks and they all came up, and yeah, so it was pretty exciting times. Yeah, it was unbelievable.
When Will didn't get drafted and then he's gone through the pre-season draft, it's everything you want. So yeah, we're just, like I said, I wasn't going to cry.
I'd like to claim his kicks or copy me, but no, he's it's good, yeah, it's pretty surreal going, thinking about all those signs of the backyard, and now he's about to have a kick out in the SCG.
The butterflies are definitely there, and it was great to see him this morning, spend a little bit of time with him before the game to see he seems to have handled himself well, so, and that's obviously credit to the club and the way they prepare the players.
a pretty special moment, I guess. Yeah, I don't know, I was really nervous before the game, and yeah, just coming in and getting presented with the Bombers jumper was, yeah, it was unbelievable.
Really looking forward to you playing. You deserve your spot, and I think you should give it a lot of confidence out of the way that you play in the VFL is the way that you should play in the AFL. So get a lot of confidence and good luck. Well done.
Gets his opportunity. You'll see him straight away, or very shortly. There he is. We'll see him shortly in the fray. Really impressed in the VFL for the Bombers and earned his spot even though he's only 18 years of age. And he's got it already. There we go with his first good connection up to the wing.
Will's been in terrific form in the VFL, so it was great to see another young kid get a game. It's important that we keep blooding new kids, and you know, he's really earned his position in the team. He's a kid that just works really hard in his game. He's great in the contest. He's really hard at it for a little fella, and he's going to be a guy that really produces some big games for us later in his career. And we can just see him developing into a nice inside mid that can really, with some really elite running ability.
Goody told me earlier on that I'd probably take the green vest, so yeah, I knew that I had a bit of time to think about it and watch the game and pick up the tempo of the game, but still it was still a shock when I got out there and playing against these big bodies and all these people that I watch on TV, but you can't really prepare yourself until you really get out there and have a crack, and especially in conditions like that, it was yeah, it was pretty tough, but no, I really enjoyed it, and hopefully I can get some more opportunity and show what I got.
Tackle from Fletcher.
I think running down Jeff Gartlett on the G in such a big game with obviously Carlton, and you know there probably would have been 90-odd thousand there. I remember him getting the ball, and I think he had a bit of a sneaky look, you know, thinking he'd get away. And at the start he sort of did get away a little bit, but I sort of managed to cut a little bit of an angle, I think, which might have, you know, obviously helped me because I dare say I wouldn't beat him in a foot race over 100 metres or over 200 metres. So at the start I thought he was going to, you know, I'll be honest, I thought he was going to run in and kick the goal, but when he just turned a little bit, when he looked behind, I thought I was a chance, and I suppose lucky enough with my long arms to get him down. I think, you know, the time of the game, towards the end of the game, and to bring him down and get the free kick was fantastic.
Well, you guys, Dyson's Diary here. This week we've got the 140-year anniversary of Essendon's first game, so we're here with a few of the boys just putting some of the old kits on. The boys are looking very sharp. So obviously a bit of a disappointing result against Sydney on the weekend, so really excited for our Friday night, looking to bounce back against Carlton. So yeah, boys are all up and about, looking forward to it, so I'll see you next week. Good on you guys.
My favourite Bombers memory with my family was my debut game against Carlton in 2007.
When we were at the draft, I wasn't yet a Bomber, and when they read my name out, I had all my family surrounding me.
It was great to have my family all there, you know, sharing in the joy of the game and my first game of AFL football at Essendon. Having all of my family in the rooms when my jumper got presented, and then after the game again, having not only my immediate family but also extended family in the rooms to share that moment, and that's something that'll certainly be with me for not just the rest of my career but certainly the rest of my life.
And they were probably more excited than I was that I was getting to stay home in Melbourne and stay at home with the family, so that was probably my favourite Bombers moment.
G'day Bomber fans, welcome to week 2 of the Bombers vs Melbourne Rebels Yakult Crosscode Challenge. Last week we saw Benny Howlett and Hugh Kyle go head to head in the rugby line-out and also the AFL handball. As you can see on the scoreboard now, the Melbourne Rebels are 2 points up, so come on Bombers, we've got to get back in there.
This week we have Kyle Hardingham from the Bombers and Nick Phipps from the Melbourne Rebels. Hardy, we'll start with you, mate.
Darling at the back, 3 Bombers. Hardingham, the boy from Kojna.
How do you think you'll go against Nick today?
I'm a bit worried actually after Benny's efforts last week, so we'll wait and see how we go.
We need to get one up there, mate. Nick, yourself, highly skilled individual yourself, might I say.
Phipps holds on.
Have you had much experience with the AFL ball?
No, not yet. I had a bit of a kick around before, so it should be interesting.
Gonna make the most of that inexperience, mate. All right, let's get into it, boys. First challenge today is the place kick challenge. Nick, can you want to talk us through what a place kick is?
We use a place kick after we score a try or for a penalty goal, so it's just another way of adding a few extra points.
Well, you see the Yakult bottles up there. First one to hit one of those off the crossbar takes home the cookies. Let's go, guys. Oh, it's high. It's high.
Too high.
Oh. Oh, we're going to hit it soon. I can feel it.
I reckon this is the one, Bush.
Oh, Hardy, that's the closest so far. Oh, great pass. Oh, Hardy, good work, mate. Finally got the Bombers on the board. Must be happy about that.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked, to be honest. Finally get to take one of these home and put it in my fridge, so couldn't be happier.
Good job, boys. All right, on to the next one. Second challenge of today, boys, is the AFL torpedo. We got the specialist here, Hardy. How do we do a torpedo kick?
Don't know about specialists. I think I'd leave that up to Dustin Fletcher if I could. But if you want to get it long and deep, you go for the big torpedo. So it's pretty much just holding it on the angle and trying to drop it on the side of your boot, so it gets a nice little spiral effect and goes a long way.
I'm going to be looking for finesse and spiral through the air. Good luck, boys. I'm going to be out there waiting for them.
Not good. Ooh, close one nearly. Oh no, ugly again. That's the one. It's a curler.
That one's going to be hard to beat.
I'll just stick to drop punts, I think.
Hardy, don't worry about Dustin Fletcher, mate. I think you might have to make the torpedo punt your kicker choice.
Yeah, I think we might have to put that in our game, I think.
Well, there we go, Bomber fans. 2 points today, so the overall tally now is Bombers 2 and Melbourne Rebels 2. Well, that's it for this week. Make sure you tune in next week for more of the Yakult Crosscode Challenge.
Something most people wouldn't know about me is I've been playing the drums for 16 years. So it's something I like to do every day when I get home. It annoys the neighbours a bit, but they're pretty good about it, so yeah.
Here's Hal Hunter though for the Bombers in the meantime, just using the breeze to bring it back for an excellent goal.
The best thing about playing for the Bombers is getting to come out here every day, training with my best mates in the world, get to pull on the red and black jumper every week. It's just a great job, great life. My best mates at the club would be Joe Danaher and Ariel Steinberg. They're my best mates because they're both a bit weird like me. They really enjoy coming surfing with me. We've formed a bit of a surf group. Don't forget to visit the Essendon website to take part in the fan segment for your chance to win an Antler prize pack.
And that's it for another episode of The Hangar this week. Before we go, a special congratulations to a former teammate of mine and great Essendon champion, Matthew Lloyd, on being inducted to the AFL Hall of Fame. Good on you, Lloydie. Hope to see all the Essendon supporters at our special 140th year celebration at this week's game at the MCG versus Carlton. See you then.